Picture this scenario. You've just lost a loved one, and while you're still processing the grief, you discover their house needs to go through something called probate before you can sell it. If you're feeling overwhelmed right now, I completely understand. And here's what I want you to know. You're not facing this alone, and there are clear, actionable steps that can guide you through this entire process successfully. Today, we're breaking down everything you need to know about navigating probate property sales in 2025, including the unique market conditions we're dealing with, and the specific strategies that actually work. We'll cover the 5 essential steps you absolutely must take, how to secure the legal authority you need, and the smart approaches for pricing and marketing these properties in today's challenging real estate environment. Welcome to the video. My name is Daniel Perez. Now let's get started. Before we dive into the step-by-step process, let me explain what makes probate property sales completely different from regular real estate transactions, because understanding these fundamentals will save you time, money, and a lot of frustration down the road. Probate is essentially a court-supervised legal process that manages and distributes a deceased person's assets, including their real estate. And here's the key point. When someone dies, their property doesn't automatically transfer to heirs like many people assume. Instead, it must go through this formal court process to ensure debts are properly paid and assets are distributed according to either the will or state law if there's no will. The entire probate process typically involves 7 sequential steps, and each one builds on the previous step, which means delays in any phase can create significant bottlenecks that increase costs and potentially damage the property's value. We're looking at a timeline of 9 to 24 months for most estates, though complex situations can take even longer. And every month that passes means continued expenses for mortgage payments, property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. What makes probate property sales particularly unique in 2025 is that homes are almost always sold as is, meaning you cannot make repairs or improvements before the sale, and buyers must accept the property in its current condition. This fundamental difference affects everything from your pricing strategy to your marketing approach to the type of buyers you'll attract. The court maintains oversight throughout the entire sale process, from setting the initial price to approving the final transaction, and in many jurisdictions, any accepted offer must meet what's called the 90% rule, meaning it must be at least 90% of the property's professionally appraised value. This rule protects the estate from undervaluation, but it can also limit extremely low offers, even for properties that need significant work. Now, let's talk about the current market conditions you're dealing with in 2025, because these factors are creating both challenges and opportunities for probate sales. According to the latest data from the National Association of Realtors, the median existing home sale price hit $414,000 as of April 2025, marking the 22nd consecutive month of year-over-year price increases. Housing inventory has been improving for 15 straight months through January 2025, with inventory levels 24.6% higher than the previous year, which is great news for sellers because it means less competition from traditional homeowner sales. Here's what's particularly interesting about the current market dynamics. Mortgage rates are expected to remain in the mid to high 6% range throughout the second quarter of 2025, which is continuing to suppress overall buyer demand and affordability. However, this creates what I call the lock-in effect, where over 80% of existing homeowners have significantly lower mortgage rates and are reluctant to sell their homes, which means fewer move-in-ready existing homes are entering the market. This reduced competition from traditional homeowner sellers actually creates a relative advantage for probate properties, and here's why this matters for your situation. Your target buyers aren't traditional home buyers looking for move-in-ready homes. They're investors, cash buyers, and people specifically seeking renovation projects who understand the value proposition of as-is properties. The key to success in probate sales is recognizing that you're serving a specialized market niche, and this requires a completely different approach than what you might expect from regular real estate transactions. Let me walk you through the 5 essential steps you absolutely must take for a successful probate property sale, and I'm going to break these down in order of priority because timing is crucial in this process. Step 1 is securing legal authority immediately, and this means obtaining either letters testamentary if there's a will or letters of administration if there's no will from the probate court as your absolute first priority. Here's something critical that many people don't understand. You cannot legally sell probate property without formal court authorization, even if you're named as executor in the will. Being named in a will doesn't automatically grant you legal power over the deceased's assets, and the court must formally appoint you and issue these official documents before any sale attempts are legally valid. Every day of delay means continued expenses that reduce the estate's net value, and if the property sits vacant, you risk additional problems like vandalism, code violations, or insurance complications that can quickly spiral out of control. Step 2 is assembling your expert team, and this isn't just good advice. It's essential for protecting yourself and maximizing the estate's value. You need to hire a probate attorney and a certified probate real estate specialist, also known as a CPRES, with proven experience in these types of transactions. Not all real estate agents understand probate sales, and not all attorneys specialize in probate law. So you're looking specifically for professionals with the CPRES designation or similar credentials who regularly handle probate cases and understand local court procedures. These specialists have been specially trained on the process of selling real estate through probate, and they understand the unique complications, time-sensitive deadlines, and best practices necessary to navigate what can be a potentially treacherous transaction to successful completion. Step 3 involves managing estate debt strategically, and this is one of your primary responsibilities as executor that requires careful attention to legal requirements. You need to create a comprehensive debt inventory and prioritize payments according to state law, because mishandling this phase can result in personal liability for you as the executor. Probate law establishes a clear priority system for paying debts, with secured debts like mortgages typically coming first, followed by federal and state taxes, then administrative costs including court fees and attorney fees, and unsecured debts like credit cards generally paid last. You must formally notify creditors according to your state's probate rules, which typically involves publishing a notice in a local newspaper and sending direct notices to known creditors, and this creates a legal deadline that protects the estate from future claims. Step 4 focuses on pricing and marketing for as-is sales, and this requires a completely different approach than traditional real estate marketing. You need both a professional appraisal and a market analysis. Then target investors and cash buyers who understand the value proposition of renovation projects. The most reliable pricing approach combines a professional appraisal with a market-focused comparative market analysis from a real estate agent experienced in probate sales. The formal appraisal ensures compliance with the 90% rule and provides documentation for court approval, while the market analysis considers current market trends, inventory levels, and buyer behavior specific to distressed properties. Step 5 involves navigating the court approval process, and this means preparing extensive documentation and being ready for the overbidding process at confirmation hearings. Selling probate property requires extensive documentation and court approval, making it significantly more complex than traditional real estate transactions, but this oversight ensures the sale serves the estate's best interests and protects all beneficiaries. You'll need to prepare a comprehensive package, including the petition for sale of real property, death certificate, letters testamentary or administration, the will, if applicable, property deed, purchase agreement, professional appraisal completed within the last 6 months, comparative market analysis, and detailed property condition reports. Now, let me address some common misconceptions that can cause serious problems during this process, because understanding these pitfalls up front can save you significant time and money. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make is attempting to take action without proper legal authority, and I cannot stress this enough. Never try to list, show, or sell property before obtaining your letters testamentary or administration, because any contracts or agreements made without this authority are legally invalid and can create significant complications. Another costly mistake is hiring inexperienced professionals just to save money up front, but this often costs far more in the long run through avoided mistakes, efficient processes, and maximized sale prices. Property maintenance issues can quickly escalate during the extended probate timeline, especially with vacant properties that are vulnerable to vandalism, weather damage, and code violations. You need to maintain continuous insurance coverage and arrange for regular property checks, because many insurance companies have specific requirements for vacant properties that may include limitations on coverage after 60 days. Family disputes among beneficiaries can halt the entire process and dramatically increase costs, so address disagreements early and consider mediation as an alternative to prolonged court battles that not only delay the sale, but also increase holding costs. Here's what you need to know about marketing and valuation in the current 2025 market, because these strategies can make the difference between a quick sale and a property that sits on the market for months. Professional photography is essential, even for as-is properties, and high-quality images, virtual tours, and video walkthroughs help showcase the property's potential rather than just its current condition. Focus on highlighting architectural features, room layouts, lot size, and location advantages that will appeal to renovation-minded buyers. List the property on all major real estate websites, but also consider specialized platforms that cater to investors, and social media marketing can be particularly effective for reaching cash buyers and renovation enthusiasts. Transparency is crucial in your marketing materials, so clearly disclose the property's probate status, any known issues, and realistic timelines for completion, because this transparency builds trust with qualified buyers and helps avoid wasted time with those unprepared for the probate process. Even for as-is sales, strategic improvements can enhance appeal without violating probate constraints, and deep cleaning, decluttering, and minor cosmetic touch-ups can significantly improve first impressions without requiring major renovations that might not be allowed during probate. When it comes to negotiation strategies, you want to encourage multiple offers whenever possible because competition drives up prices, and the court's overbidding process can further increase the final sale price. Even if you receive an acceptable initial offer, continue marketing until the court confirmation hearing to attract additional interested buyers. Prioritize cash offers when evaluating multiple proposals because cash buyers can close faster, avoid financing contingencies that might complicate probate sales, and are more likely to follow through given the uncertainties of the court approval process. Let me give you some actionable next steps you can take immediately if you're dealing with a probate property situation. Start by securing your legal authority through the probate court as quickly as possible, gathering all necessary documents including the death certificate, original will if one exists, and filing your petition promptly. Assemble your professional team early, prioritizing experience over cost savings, because the money spent on qualified professionals typically saves far more through avoided mistakes and maximized sale prices. Create a comprehensive debt management strategy before listing the property, because understanding the estate's financial obligations helps you set realistic expectations for sale proceeds and ensures proper legal compliance. Price your property strategically, using both formal appraisal and current market analysis, remembering that you're targeting a specialized buyer pool focused on investment potential and renovation opportunities rather than traditional buyer appeal. Prepare for the unique aspects of probate sales, including extensive documentation requirements, court confirmation hearings, and potential overbidding situations, because understanding these processes reduces stress and helps you make informed decisions throughout the sale. The probate property sale process may seem daunting at first, but thousands of families successfully navigate it every year with proper guidance and support, and you have access to experienced professionals, legal resources, and community support designed specifically to help you through this challenging time. Don't let uncertainty or stress prevent you from taking the necessary steps to protect your family's interests and honor your loved one's legacy, because with the right approach and support, you can successfully manage the probate sale process while maximizing value for all beneficiaries. So here's what I want you to do next. If you're dealing with a probate property situation, the most important thing is to take action quickly because every day of delay increases costs and complications. Start by contacting a probate attorney in your area to understand your specific state requirements and begin the process of obtaining your legal authority. Then, find a certified probate real estate specialist who can guide you through the unique aspects of marketing and selling probate properties in today's market conditions. Remember, this process requires patience, professional guidance, and a clear understanding of your goals. But it's absolutely manageable when you know what steps to take and in what order. What's your biggest takeaway from today's video? Or maybe you're thinking about a specific challenge you're facing with your probate property situation. Let me know in the comments below, because I'm always looking to answer your questions and help you navigate these complex real estate situations. If this video helped you understand the probate process better, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want more insights on navigating challenging real estate situations, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching. I'm Daniel Perez, and my goal is to help you conquer your homeownership journey. See you next time.